Hello, my name is Michael Nelson and I'm the president of TLC Tech. As many of us have found ourselves at working from home these days, I wanted to give you a quick video that would show you the basics of using Microsoft Teams, which is the perfect application to be able to communicate with your teammates far and wide, be they in an office, be they working at their homes, or if they're on their mobile devices as well. First thing that you're going to do is you're going to log into your Microsoft Teams application. I have already been logged in, so it didn't ask me for the password because I'm on a secure desktop. First thing you're going to notice, I have chat, I have Teams, and I have a calendar. We're going to give you a quick overview of each of these so that you know how to use them. The other thing I want to show you, I just logged into the desktop application. I'm also going to jump over for a second, and I'm going to show you what it looks like if you log into the web application. So at this point, I've gotten to the login screen for Microsoft for Office 365. I'll log in with my email address and my password. Now, we have two-factor authentication turned on, so it's asking me to approve it. I've just clicked approved on my phone, and then that allows me to log in. What I want to point out here is that when I first log into Office 365, it brings me to all of my apps that are available. You'll see that Teams is available here. You may not have used it though, so it may not show up on your main window. If that be the case, all you have to do is click on the app launcher, and it'll often be down here within your most commonly used apps. If not, simply click all apps and scroll down and find it alphabetically, and then you can launch it that way. What I want to show you is that you have the chat window, and I'm going to use the web app instead, in the chat window here. You'll notice that everything looks exactly the same. It's all together, everything's the same, all of the chat windows show me exactly the same thing. I still have the same teams, I have access to everything that I need. Again, whether this is from the web app, like this one, or whether this is from the desktop application that's installed on my desktop. The same holds true for your phones. You can go into the App Store and download Microsoft Teams. It's a free download also on the web as well. By the way, if you do not have it installed on your desktop and you want to, all you have to do is when you're when you're online in the web application, you simply click on your initials up here and choose download the desktop app. That'll download it and install it on your desktop application. Though they will both do mostly the same thing, there are some advanced features that are on the desktop application that are not on the web-based app. So now that you've logged in, we're going to go real quick through the overview of chatting. Chatting, you can do one-on-one chats. These are all individual chats that I've been talking to individual users. This would be for Jack. This is with Lisa. I can also do chats that have multiple people involved. You'll see here we have Amanda, Brett, and Jack. This is an ad hoc team that we have been working on over the last week since we've been getting our users set up to work remotely, that we have information in here that we've gone back and forth with. So inside the chat window, it's a simple just clicking in and seeing what people are doing. Sorry, what you can say. I'm texting. Okay, so I'm just chatting with Brett now. He's available. He may or may not. He may be on doing something else. On that note, you'll notice that we have little green next to them. Some of them have yellow. Right now, Jack is not available. So on the individual users, it'll show you their availability. For your own, if you look right up here at MN, it says mine shows green right now. I can click on this, and if I want, I can say do not disturb. That means I won't get any pop-ups. I won't get any notifications, anything like that. I can also say be right back. I can appear away. I can reset my status. This is really important as you've got a lot of people in your organization that are needing to know whether or not you're available. That's a quick and easy way to be able to show them that. If you want to start a new chat, all you have to do is simply go into new chat, type somebody's name. Let's say I wanted to chat with Joe. I just search for him. Now again, the chat feature of Microsoft Teams is only available to people that are inside of your organization. It's not true with meetings, and we'll talk about that when we get to the next section. So if I wanted to start a chat with Joe, I just go in here and then I start typing a new message to him. Now, he and I have already had chat, so it remembers that from my history. So let's move over to Teams. Now, Teams is different. Teams does not act the same way as a chat. Teams is basically allows you to create channels that people can be a member of that team. Now, we can communicate inside. For example, right now I'm on the TLC Tech All Staff channel, and we've been communicating a lot with people who are going out to lunch. We've also been putting up funny memes. As you can see, somebody went out to lunch, so Amanda posted the little video of Pooh. We've been using this channel as a way to share some memes and to kind of keep everybody's attitude light. It's also where people are telling us when they're going out to lunch, when they're coming back for lunch. We don't want one of our employees saying, I'm going out to lunch, and having it pop up on 17 different people's screens. This is where we go to find information that's relevant to us about this particular issue. Now, we also, you'll see, this is the team that we have. Within the team, we have channels. So the general channel, everybody's communicating in that. We've been doing these remote user setups. That's a fewer of us, but we're typing things in here that we need to get across, but we don't need them to pop up a message immediately. So again, when you're in the chat and you type something, that'll pop up a little message, a little number on the other person's chat saying that they have a chat that they need to pay attention to. If somebody posts something in this channel, I'm not going to see that unless I come into this particular channel and I read it. Now, there is one way around that, and if I want to get somebody's attention, all I have to do is type @ and start typing their name, hit enter. Please see this. Now, what will happen, please see this and mention me with the @ symbol too. So what will happen if Lisa's at her desk right now, she just had a pop-up on her machine that said activity. So it showed that there was an activity that happened that she needed to pay attention to. All she has to do is click on the activity, and that'll be any of the things that were posted that were relevant to me or to her. So these are all the posts that were relevant to me. If Lisa types back on that particular channel, that'll pop up in my activity feed. So also within the teams, these are one-off teams that can be created. They can be for the entire staff, they can be for a couple of people, they can be for multiple people. And I'm going to show you now how to create a team. You simply do create a team, create, you're going to build it from scratch, and you'll have a private, public, or organizational wide. The three differences. Private means you will add the people to the group that you want, and it will only be visible and accessible to those people. Public means anybody in your company can join the group, but they have to be asked to join, or they have to be put in there by the person creating it, like you. Or organizational wide, that forcibly joins everybody into the group. So right now I'm going to say a private meeting. I'm going to call, or a private team, sorry. I'm going to call this the COVID-19 update. If I can type, that would be helpful. Once I've given the title, I can do a description here. I'll go ahead and create it. It's going to create the team. It goes very fast, says I've done a good job. Now it's asking me, who do I want to add? So for this one, I'm going to add Lisa, who is our HR and business manager, and Hector, our operations manager. I would add them into the team. I would say that they're a member, and then I would close. Now I've created my team that is just available to Lisa, Hector, and me. And I'm going to notice, I'm going to point out that I just had an activity show up, and I can see within the teams I had an @ mention. So I'll click on that. There's the activity, and Lisa mentioned me. So she wrote back and said, hello, @Michael Nelson. That's what made that show up in my activity feed. So back over to the teams. Now I have the COVID-19 update. I have the general channel. We can chat in here, and again, they'll only see this if they come into this channel or if I do an @ mention. Again, that's typing @ and their name. And you notice that my ats, because it knows I'm in a channel with only 2 people, it's only giving me those suggestions. The other quick and dirty thing that I'll show you without going into too much depth is that I can also put files into this particular channel. These are available only inside of this channel and only available to these users. So let's say we were coming up with a COVID-19 update that we were going to send out to our partners. We could create it in here, say a new Word document. Create that. We could all start working on it. You notice that it's going to launch the Word doc inside of this. All I have to do is update it, close it. Now I've got that file inside of my channel for the COVID-19 updates. Again, I can click back over to my posts and see what people have posted in there as well. So that's how you deal with Teams. Now I'm going to jump quickly over to the calendar and show you how this works. Now, if you notice, this actually is pulling my Microsoft Outlook calendar that's available, but it pulls it over into Teams. So I'm going to create a meeting for next Monday, the 23rd, and I'm going to do a COVID-19 update quick meeting. I'm going to make it for an hour, even though that's not quick, just because you'll be able to see it better. Now I can add required attendees. This is going to be Lisa, because she's our HR, and then I'm going to invite Hector, who is our business manager. I'm going to hit send. That just sent a calendar invite over to them. It put it into the calendar here. But what I want to point out is when I go over to Microsoft Outlook, my Outlook calendar also has it automatically over here. All I have to do is simply click on that. When the time to join the meeting, I just click join the Teams meeting. That'll take me into the meeting. And then we would have either video or face-to-face, video or audio only, depending upon what you want to do with that. I'll go ahead and show you real quick. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to join at the meeting. It's going to go ahead and start a meeting, and I'm going to say join it now. And what happens is it'll connect me in. Now it's waiting for the others to join. They're not going to do that. But when they join, they would see me with my camera, with my audio. So if I don't want to have my camera, let's say, whatever reason, I can go ahead and turn the camera off, but they'll still be able to hear the audio. So you can do audio, video, however you want. The final thing you can also share, you can share your screen. So if you've got a document you're working on and you want to share it with others, that's an easy way to do it. I'm going to go ahead and hang up on that and go back into my calendar. And you'll notice that getting back over, I have my COVID-19. Let's say I wanted to add somebody into that meeting. All I have to do is simply click it, edit it, and I can now start. Let's say I wanted to add Brad into that meeting. Final thing is, if you're inviting people from outside your organization, the autocomplete, like when you're typing an email, you'll have autocomplete. That's not going to work the same in here unless you've already invited them. So for example, let's say I wanted to invite Michael. Now that's people that I've already invited. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, this is my private Gmail account. And until I type it all the way out, it doesn't allow me to do the invite. Now, once I do that, that's going to send an email invite to that person. They do not have to have a Microsoft account. They do not have to have Microsoft Teams installed. The same way, they will get this very same link when they click on that link. That'll jump them into a meeting in their browser, and they can use any browser to get in there that they want. So I'm going to go ahead and close this meeting, and I'm going to discard the edits. So you'll notice that again, this calendar integrates with my Outlook calendar. It's all within Office 365. So very quickly, we've shown you how to use the chat, how to use the Teams, and how to use the calendar. This is meant as a very quick and dirty overview, not going into too much depth. Get in there, practice it around. You can't really break anything in there. So go ahead and start using it to communicate better with your team while you all are remote. If you have any questions, please email me directly. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. And if there's some training that you'd like to see. Tell me what you'd like to learn more about, as I'll be doing more of these videos that are going more in depth as time goes. All the best to you. Thank you.